So hello everybody, Claire Rees here from Introbiz Sweden, and today I have with me Karen Newton. Karen Newton is a wealth coach, an author and a speaker, and she's also a member of Introbiz. So welcome Karen, lovely to have you here.
Claire, thank you very much. It's been a long time trying to set this call up, so I'm really pleased we're able to have the call at last.
Yes, I know, because the last time I was quite ill and I thought I'm going to sound horrific. I woke up in the morning, there's no way anybody will actually understand me talking. So I thought we had to reschedule. So thank you so much for rescheduling. So yes, Karen, so tell me something about you so that the audience can get to know you a little bit better.
Well, I'm a wealth coach.
Yeah.
That happened quite by accident. Basically, I am an investor myself, and I retired back in 2004, just before my 44th birthday. Mm-hmm. And it was boring. Else was working, and I was home on my own.
Yeah.
I started writing books, and I've now written 21 books that sell in 11 countries.
Yeah.
Award in 2014 in the US for my books, and that really escalated the sales for me. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I started my business as a wealth coach totally by accident, because I was at Toastmasters supposedly learning how to speak in public, and this guy stopped me in the street and he said to me, would you be the Karen Newton that wrote this book? And I said, yes, I am. And he said, well, will you coach me? So that was the start of the business.
So that was just by chance, really. But obviously you made a good impression on them as well for them to actually approach you, didn't they?
He'd been at a few of the sessions, and he stopped me in the street afterwards, and are you the person who wrote this book? Yeah. And the book's got all these yellow stickies all the way through it, all the points he wanted me to answer queries for him, and yes, so he became my first client.
So how come you retired at the age of 44 then, Karen? Because that's an amazing age.
I learned investing. Okay. And basically, when you look at investing, there are tens of thousands of investments out there. But what I found was that if you put them into a filter, they fit into one of just 4 categories. Okay. Either business, property, paper, or cash. And then what I did was I looked at what was happening around the world with markets and recessions and boom times and all that side of it. And I found that if I was in all 4 categories, there's 8 types of income that you can have. And I just went for it and built categories, and it took 4 years to do.
That's amazing, absolutely amazing. And then from actually retiring at 44 and being bored, then you went on to set up some other things as well, which you could tell the audience about.
Yeah, I went into writing the books because I thought, God, this was so simple to do. If I can do this, anybody can do it. So
well, how long did it take you to write 4 books then? 4 books, 21 books.
2004 to date, 16 years.
That's pretty good going, isn't it? That's amazing.
Well, when you're bored and you've got nothing else to do, I suppose writing is to write a book.
Yeah. So, and you wrote 21 of them.
So there's books on finance, there's books on personal development, and I teach the investing side, but I've had so many people come to me and say, how did you write a book? How do you publish your book? That I now run courses on writing and publishing your own books.
Okay.
And I take clients through the whole process of researching and getting everything ready for the book, the actual writing process of it, self-publishing it, doing a paperback, an ebook, and an audiobook. And then we look at ways of marketing it. So it's a 12-month course, and at the end of it, fingers crossed, everybody's written a book by month 12.
Okay, so you also run your Welsh club coaching courses. Are they Welsh? Can you tell us a little bit about that as well?
The main course is a mastermind group. There's usually about 10, maybe 12 maximum in a group. And the course is called Zero to Millionaire. So it's just following the process that I went through. It's a 5-year course. I did it before, but I feel a bit generous and I give you 5 years to duplicate the same thing. But that just teaches you a bit about business, how to get into property. We teach shares and bonds, peer-to-peer lending, and investing in precious metals, gold and silver, bullion. And then we teach different levels. So you start off very low, just introducing you to what each of the 4 categories are. And then we build on the skills so that each year year 2, you're building all the income. Year 3, you've got the money to go into capital growth. And then year 4, you've got, if you've done all the homework that I set, and I like setting homework, but if you've done all the homework, you come out as a millionaire at the end of the course. So that's probably what I would call our premier course that we run.
Yeah.
And then we run investment clubs. Yeah. Because one of the things we found was that a lot of people don't have the confidence to go out and invest on their own. But if we brought a group of people together and they pooled their money together, they made a decision together about what to go investing, then that was working quite well. So we've got clubs now that are in the US, investing in the US share market. And we've got a range of new clubs that are basically coming online. We're just developing some of the courses in the UK, which will cover bullion, shares. We're going to do business, which is merger and acquisitions on businesses, and property investing. And then we do one-to-one coaching where we work directly with a client on a one-to-one basis, and wherever they are, we customize. So instead of spending the 5 years on the course, we customize the course to suit what that client actually needs and what they're really interested in doing.
Wow. And you're retired?
I'm retired, yeah. Don't feel like it
I know, it doesn't sound as if you're retired either. So can you just tell us, what are your biggest wins?
My biggest wins? Personally, or with my clients? Because I've got to say, clients, okay, end of month 12, which is end of the first year of the course, it's quite easy to achieve everything. So people go into cruise mode. That's what I say. And then I say month 12 is the one where I give them a pat on the back and a kick up the backside for not doing what they're supposed to do. And a couple of months ago, I was with one of my groups, and it was month 12. And I'd put all this training together about, if you'd done the homework, this is what you would have achieved. And every one of them had hit the targets for month 12. So I'm in the classroom.
You were ready for them.
Because I was all about kick up the backside, because so, you know, I think it's really fantastic that the whole class had achieved all the targets, and that just shows that you don't have to be exceptional to achieve the targets. If you do the work and you think about it and you're serious about it, then you just follow the course and you'll make the money.
But I think for everybody to achieve their targets, it just shows what type of coach you are as well. They were too afraid not to do their homework, Karen, I think. And the next question, which the word failure, I think everybody sees as a negative, and I see it as a positive, because a fail is a first attempt in learning. So what is one of your fails?
One of my fails, I think the first business I tried to sell is probably one of the fails. What happened an hour before we were due to exchange contracts, the other party pulled out of the deal.
Oh.
And they had done all their due diligence, they had all the information. They went to all our staff, we had a staff of 35. They went to all our staff, offered them all really high pay rises, and we were the top payer in the industry anyway, and all but 5 went with them. And then they went to all our clients and said, well, we've got all of Ron and Karen's team, so we can look after you. And the client said, no, we're with them because we want to be with them, which was absolutely fantastic. But we couldn't train new people fast enough, and we had to close that business down. So it was a multi-million-dollar deal that just went.
Could you learn from anything, or is that just pure, say, bad luck? Could you learn from that? Because obviously when
it was bad luck, but I think we were naive in, it was the first time we were selling the business, and we weren't prepared for the pitfalls that could have happened. Okay. And we just thought, yeah, they're going to do it, and it's all going to go through, and we're going to be sat in all this nice money and everything, and it didn't happen. Yeah. So there was a lot to learn from that. It taught me that you don't go into a specialist business.
Okay.
There needs to be more backups. If you're specialist, you need to have a lot more backup systems to ensure that if something like that happens, then you're able to cater for it.
Absolutely. It's having all these different other income streams that everybody's talking about for the moment. And then, you know, it's things like what happened to you. And then even now with the COVID, some businesses have had to close down because they can't trade now because of the COVID. But if they have other income streams, they're still going to survive. Absolutely.
That's one of the things we talk with our clients about when they first come to us, is if they have a business, what are additional streams of income that we can add onto that business? Because like you said, you only need to take one arm out of that business and you're finished.
Yeah.
Believe that if you have additional income coming in, I always liken it to a vet. It used to be that you took your pet to a vet when you were sick, and that was all vets did. But now if you walk into a vet, they sell the food, they've got all the toys, the accessories, you know, everything that you need for a pet. They now sell everything. So if one side of the business is down, they've always got other parts of the business that's up. So I think everybody has to look at that within a business model these days.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a really good illustration. That's really good. I'd never thought of it that way. But yeah, they did, didn't they? They used to be vets who just take the pet to the shop. Now, yeah, they have got everything there. You could buy everything at the vet. Absolutely. So where actually then, Karen, do you get your clients from?
Networking. I would say 95% of my clients come from networking, and then 5% of the clients come from referrals.
That
actually might be more like about 92% probably. But yeah, high proportion networking, because I think when you're networking, you meet the people and you build that relationship. And especially when you're dealing with money and people's finances, you've got to have that relationship with people. So it takes a little while to build that relationship up, and so the network is yeah, really key to me for business.
Absolutely, because people buy from people they trust, don't they?
Yeah.
And that's part of networking. And do you find as a member of Introbiz that Introbiz has benefited you and your business? Because I know you do other types of networking as well, not just with Introbiz. So you are an Introbiz member, but specifically for Introbiz, because if anybody's thinking of being an Introbiz Sweden member, would you recommend them then to be a member of Introbiz?
Definitely. It's quite funny because I met Tracy just as she was launching Introbiz in Wales. And I went to her and I said, I want to be a speaker. So I come here to see, can I pick up any speaking things? And she said to me, look, this is what you need to do to be a professional speaker. So I went off, I did the stuff, and we kept passing back and forth. And then I said to her, do you know what? I think I'm ready to finally join.
But also, it's kind that when you're actually, it's also, you know, not the work's not going to be done for you as well, because you attend all the meetings, don't you? And you refer people, and you are a giver, and you help people, and then in return, then people are returning your good work back to you, I suppose.
But it's like you say, it's a two-way street, because I've gone there, and I mean, anybody who goes networking, they go with the intention, I want a sale. Mm-hmm. But I've actually found people in networking as well who have had services that I've wanted and who have actually become a client to mine. And, you know, I've got a business coach and I met him through Introbiz.
Yeah.
So, you know, I find with Introbiz that the client, the people who are there, really fantastic. It's high value clients. They are exceptional at what they do, and I've just found a fantastic level of people that I want to work with, or I want them to work with me.
Yeah, you never know who you're going to cross, do you? You never know who you're going to. Like you said, you know that you wanted a service from somebody, then they became you know, one of your coaches. So you can't plan it, can you? It's just, you have to go out there with the intention of giving. Have that, let me say, the Introbiz family environment. This is what I do. These are my services. This is what I can give to people, and then the relationships are born, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, the fact that Introbiz is now in Sweden as well, that's an added bonus, because I mean, that gives me access to another country, which I am hoping to get over there once all these lockdowns finish. And it's an opportunity to grow my business in another country.
Yes, because you're looking for clients. You're looking for clients then internationally as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Franchisees into your business. So if anybody's interested in contacting Karen to actually know more about her business, then let everybody know, Karen, how they can contact you.
My website is karennewton.co.uk, and there's lots of information on there. That's the easiest way to get hold of me, I think, is just have a look for the email address on the site.
And then you changed your business brand, and you said you now Karen Newton International, you said.
Yeah, because we started off in the UK, and we used to do this thing, which was, if you've got £2.73 and you can put that aside today, we can show you how to change it into $1 million. Mm-hmm. But the £2.73 doesn't mean anything to anybody in other countries. And we've now got clients in 9 countries. Mm-hmm. So we've rebranded, and we've now gone out as Karen Newton International.
So is that a website? Can you put www.karennewton?
Just Karen Newton.
That's all you need to put. karennewton.com.
.co.uk.
.co.uk. Well, it's been absolutely amazing talking to you. It's quite interesting doing these podcasts as well and these Zoom meetings, because even though we've been networking and we're talking a little bit longer now, I'm finding so much about other people. It's really interesting. Absolutely loving it. So thank you again for joining me, Karen. It's just been amazing.
Thank you, Claire. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you. Great.
It's still recording on here at the moment.